All right. Hello. I'm back. We're gonna continue doing some reviewing. Last time I did 30 games in about an hour, but my voice started falling apart after a while, so I had to stop. But this time, before I started streaming, I took a lozenge, and I've got some chamomile tea here that I'm going to be drinking. So hopefully that'll help out a lot. Here, let me take a quick sip right now, in fact. Here. All right, nice and warm. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. So let's see, what's first? Oh yeah, here. So just a reminder, my review system is pretty straightforward. The Soul games, or the Soul tier list, is for my personal taste. The Mind tier list is for games that I think are, like, in an academic, mental sense, good and all that kind of stuff. And then the Body is for just your, like, physical experience with the game. So, like, Peggle is a perfect body game because you shoot balls at pegs and it's excellent, and you get all the good brain chemicals that come with that. Fallout New Vegas is a perfect mind game. It's super smart and well written and has incredibly clever game design and is just a super smart and a, like, all-time classic video game. And then like .hack GU is like a perfect Soul game because it may not be good in the other two categories, but I love it to death and I will always go to bat for it. And those are the categories. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So Tetris 99. I mean, okay, so first off, it's Tetris, and playing against other people is awesome. So it immediately gets a 10. Like, Tetris is always going to get a 10 as long as it's good Tetris. And Tetris 99 is good Tetris. I like that it incentivizes you to get good at Tetris and not just kind of play it to clear lines and stuff like that. So excellent, good stuff. Let's see, for the Mind, I don't know if the battle royale format really helps it. I don't know, like, it's cute and it's fun, but I know that I personally found it more frustrating because, like, I would play against people who are, like, much better than I am. And that made it difficult to enjoy. But I can respect that it makes it like a fun thing to grind at and get better at and all that stuff. And then they would always put in, like, special themes that you could unlock if you win in the game mode, and I think that's cool. So I think I'm gonna give it an 8. And then me personally, I didn't jive with it. I kind of would rather just play regular Tetris. Those are my feelings on it. I'm gonna give it a 3. It is for me, it's worse and more cluttered and confusing than regular Tetris, and I don't like it. I don't like it as much. So it gets a 3. It's an excellent game, though. I really respect that people really liked that game when people were doing it. Okay. Guilty Gear Plus R. So, like, I love Guilty Gear Plus R, but I can see it has... This is a tough one because I find it being old kind of takes away from it a bit. I think it makes it harder to just jump in and play it, you know? I think I'll put it at a 5 for that reason. It's incredibly deep mechanically, but to actually get to that depth requires a lot of time and patience. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a 5 there, but like a 9 for the mind, because like in concept it's brilliant. It's like one of the coolest fighting games of all time. A bit broken, a bit swingy, but it's great. And then for me personally, I give it a 7. You know, it's what did I do for body? 5. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I give it a 7. I think, you know, I'm gonna give it an 8. I love its aesthetic. I like playing it, even though I'm pretty terrible at it. And it set a lot of groundwork for anime fighting games for a very long time afterwards. VVVVV. I love this game. It's platforming is tight. It's got clever game design choices. It's interesting puzzles, and it's very fun to just explore the game world. I give it a 9 for that. I think I can't give it quite a 10. It's hard to justify. Here, you know what? I'm gonna move Umahara Kawase down and put VVVV up, because I think it's definitely better than that. Yeah, I think it's on the level as these ones, and then I think that, yeah, that feels right. Yeah. For Mind, I think I'm gonna do something similar. I'm not gonna give it a 10 because I do think that like narratively it's kind of weak. But it's hard to find flaws in VVVVV. It's just a really tight Metroidvania experience. It doesn't need power ups. You can just go and do all the different sections in whatever order you'd like. And there's lots of really smart gimmicks. I The aesthetic is lovely, if a bit basic. The only thing I can say is that I think that there are better Metroidvanias out there. It being as simple as it is kind of holds back a little bit, I feel like. Yeah. And then for me personally, I love it. I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it's so charming and cute, and I have a lot of fond memories of that game. So it goes to 9. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but it's certainly up there. Okay, Harvester. Oh man, this game feels awful to play. But guess what? You're not there to play it as like a video game. You're here for how strange and eccentric it is. And I think it's definitely smarter than it is gameplay. But it's still like, oh man, it's like, and a game for insane people. I'm gonna put it a 4 for creativity mostly, and then Harvester. This is like, it's such a funny and weird video game. I'm gonna put it up at I'm gonna put it at 7. It's not one of my personal favorites. I'm not like a huge fan of point and click adventures in general, but it's like, it's so cool that I can't not put it high up on my list. Okay, what's next? Song of the Deep. Let's see, what was that? Is that another Metroidvania? Yeah. Okay, so this is an interesting one for me because I never got very far in it. But it's made by Insomniac, which was always something really compelling to me. But I remember just kind of exploring and not finding much. I think it was pretty relaxing to just kind of explore. So I think I'll give it a 5. It's mechanically sound. And I don't really know how to rate it on the mind because I never beat this game. And I feel like I just scratched the surface of it. So I think I am just going to put it as a 5 as well. I think the art is really charming though. I think I give it a 7 out of 10 for that. I want to come back to this and actually play it and see what it's all about. But for now, I think I found it to be a charming and interesting, if a bit shallow, experience that I went through. Um, let's see, Ico. Oh man, how do I rate Ico? Um, so I think Ico can be a bit of a frustrating game to play, but it's not like it's bad mechanics. It's just it's built that way, right? I think I give it a 5. Um, yeah, maybe yeah, 5. But Mind, oh, it's brilliant. I give it an 8 for the Mind. Um, it has a really compelling story. It doesn't waste your time, and it's not too long. It's not too short either. It's just a very cleverly made game. And Shadow of the Colossus is just better, and it's hard to live up to it. And then me personally, I don't know. I always kind of found it like kind of lacking. I'm gonna give it a 4. I like the art for it. It has really great concept art, but I think otherwise I can't really put it higher. Okay. All right, Mini Metro. This is such a cute game, dude. It I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. There's just not a whole lot to it. But it is like it can be just a really addicting puzzle game. I think I'm gonna give it a pretty high on the Mind though. I think it is a really tightly made game that anybody can enjoy. And it's got some incredible graphic design that is very clear and intuitive. I remember the music being good, though it's been a while. I might be making that up in my head. I think Mini Metro, it's not really my vibe. I think it's a bit too minimalist to be my kind of thing. So I'm going to give it a 5 there, but it's a great game. There's nothing you can say about it that's bad, I think. It's another game that just it has the thing that it wants to do and it does it really really well. And here actually I'm going to put it down to 8. Yeah. No, 7. Yeah, that feels right. Okay. Oh man. Here's some nostalgia for you. Sunny 1 and 2. So, Sunny is a series of Flash RPGs. Oh man, there's some spicy games coming up. Okay, Sunny 1 and 2 is a Flash game series where you play as a zombie and you're like trying to escape from these soldiers that are trying to get you. And you have like magic powers and stuff. I don't remember too much about the plot, I'll be honest. But like for a Flash RPG, it's incredible. I think I'm gonna put it at an 8. It was really addicting to just grind and level up and get gear and buy equipment and stuff like that. It is a very satisfying game loop for that reason. I think I have to acknowledge that it wasn't like mind blowing though. I think I'm gonna put it at 5. It doesn't do anything that crazy gameplay wise. Like it's still just a turn based game. Sunny 2 is way better than Sunny 1. I'll say that. It has some really interesting. I'll bring it up one for that. For Sunny 2. But it's very smart and got some really interesting game builds that you can do. Very good for that. And then I have nostalgia for this game. It's gonna get an 8. A lot of really great games. These last ones that I'm talking about. Yeah, 8s and 7s and 9s. Now I'm gonna have to ruffle some feathers. I don't know how to rate the body on this game. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna start with. I'm gonna put it back for a second. I'm gonna start with the soul on this one because I don't like this game. It's gonna get a 2. But I also kind of just don't like the 3D Zelda games, and it and it's not for the like really vapid like reasons that uh, Mr. Aaron Hansen has about the game. I just don't vibe with its art. I don't really like the N64 in general. I'll be honest. But like I feel like okay, I don't like open world games. I'll put that out there. In general, I don't like them. And I don't get the sense of wonder that you get from them. I just I don't know. I don't get much out of playing Ocarina of Time. I recognize that it's a 10 out of 10 though on like as a video game, as like history and stuff like that. It doesn't belong anywhere other than here. But body, I don't know. I like the combat is okay, I guess. I guess for I'll put it as an 8 because I recognize that the like lock on system or the Z targeting was like brilliant, ahead of its time, and would kind of define action games for a very long time. Um, yeah, I'll put it at an 8. Um, okay. Cyberpunk. This is an easy 10. Um, it like I don't know. I didn't play the game at launch, so I don't know how buggy it was. I played it after Phantom Liberty had come out and fixed everything. Um, and I played it on my PlayStation 5 and I had no bugs whatsoever. Well, I mean, there was occasional stuff, but like nothing really significant. Um, it was just a really tight, functional experience. I played a stealth build and it was awesome. I had sniped enemies and it was a lot of fun. Um, Mind, I recognize that it's got some flaws. I'm gonna put it at an 8. Um, I I think that it really captures the vibe of cyberpunk really well. I do feel like I do agree with what a lot of people say about it. That it's like not very punk. It's kind of it's got poser energy. I think I'll give it an 8 for the poser energy. And then as far as my personal opinion, I'm a sucker for cyberpunk. The setting, I'm gonna put it also at an 8. I think it's a very good game. That's an incredible play experience, but I think it's the setting is just working for me. I don't know. Okay, Space Funeral. How do you rate this? Well, okay, so the raw play experience has to be a 2. Like it's okay. So here, let me step back. Space Funeral is like a bizarre RPG Maker game that it's it takes the like weird abstract parts of Earthbound and makes them like the whole experience. It's very strange, very weird. A lot of like fart jokes and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot of combat as far as I remember. I remember it just being mostly walking around. Maybe I'm just forgetting parts of it though. But I don't know how to rate it. I think that this is. I'll give it a 6 for here because I don't remember having really like themes or anything like that. It's mostly just its interesting aesthetic, which I think that is valuable. And then I think I'm gonna give it a 4 personally. Like it's cool, I respect it a lot, but it wasn't my kind of thing. It's not really my vibe. It's a bit too too gross, if that makes sense. I like it to be a bit more aesthetic. So I'm gonna put it there. Okay, Spelunky. This is a 10 for body, obviously. Anybody who's played Spelunky knows that this is like a brilliant roguelike. Very easy to get addicted to, very interesting to explore. I never played Spelunky 2, but I'm interested in it. I imagine it just expanded on more on what Spelunky is. And then I'm also going to put it pretty high up for this. I don't think I can put it at a 10 just because there's not really any like story or anything like that. It's very influential, but it's like not as smart or influential as these games up here at a 10. So I'm going to put it at a 9. As for me personally, though, I don't really vibe with it. It's a pretty basic for me. Maybe I just didn't really like. My brain has not expanded enough to play Spelunky and find the enjoyment in it. But it was whatever. I don't know. I don't have the desire to go back to it. And I guess for that reason, I'll put it at a 4. It's like it's fine. I don't know. Okay. Also, now's a good time to say you probably will not see very many ones just in general. Like you're obviously not seeing them very often now, but over the course of this, there is going to be very few of them, I feel like. And the reason is just because I really like video games. I think that they're really smart, and even the bad ones I think are not one, you know. Okay, anyway, Caro Blaster. This is just it's a very simple platformer. It's just kind of fun to do. I'll give it a 7. I think you have to get used to the way the run and gun works in it, where you like hold one direction. And your platform, your jumps are kind of limited. I should back up. This game is made by the person who made Cave Story. It's just like a simple. It's not as big and expansive as Cave Story. It's just like a level based thing where you blast some stuff as a frogman. It's very cute. I think there's not a whole lot to it. I do like, I'm gonna give it props for its themes about like being dissatisfied with your work and stuff like that. I appreciate it for that. And I love this game. It's so charming. That's a 10 for me, man. It's so cute. I'm always willing to go back to it. I'm always sharing it with people. I am a huge fan of the game designer, and I will play anything that they make. And Caro Blaster goes up to the top for me. Okay. I have no mouth and I'm gonna scream. I think this is another bad experience to play. But it's certainly better than Harvester. I'm going to put it at a 3. I think that the puzzles are obtuse, but not too obtuse. And like it can be an all right time. I don't know. As for this goes real high up there. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. This is gonna go real high. I'm gonna put it at a 9. It being a book adaptation, it's hard to say that it's like not a really smart thing. It's incredibly influential. I think as a game though, it's not that up there. I think for that reason, I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. Actually, it's not doing a whole lot game stuff. And I think that that's a shame because it's, it is a video game and it should take advantage of being a video game a bit more than basically none at all, So it gets an 8. And then I think it's great. I think it's a bit too grim for me. I think a lot about it though, I'll be honest. I'm going to put it at a 9. It's not generally the kind of thing that I would fall in love with, but listen, it's great. Am is one of the best villains of all time. I like it for reasons that are not the game itself, basically. And I think that that's enough, Okay, so Mr. Do. So this is a I put this here as a joke. I'll be honest. I've never played Mr. Do. It's an arcade game, but the reason it's on the list is because there is a another version of the game called Neo Mr. Do, and anytime I see Mr. Do in an arcade, I say, oh, but too bad it's not Neo Mr. Do. Could have been better. So I think I'm gonna put Mr. Do at a 1 on everything, and then if Neo Mr. Do comes up, I'm gonna put it at a Neo Mr. Do number 2. I think that's my plan for that game. Is that stupid? Yes, absolutely. Is this meaningless? Let's be real. Tier lists are always meaningless. I like to think that this tier list is a little bit less meaningless, but I'm willing to do it for a joke. I don't care. I love this joke. It's great. Okay. Anyway, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. While playing it, I think Will of the Wisps is way better to play. I'm gonna put it at a 9. It's an audiovisual experience. Or no, I'm gonna put it at 10. It's an audiovisual experience with great combat, and it feels good to explore and hit stuff and level up and all that stuff. It's great. Excellent video game for just playing it. I think. Oh, whoops. I think. I don't think it's all that deep. Is the thing. I think I'm gonna give it a. Yeah, I'll give it a 7. I think that there are better Metroidvanias. I think there are. Here, let me get another sip. There's better Metroidvanias. I think there's not much that's prettier than it for like a 2D platformer like it, but it's what it is. And I think I'm also I'm gonna put it at an 8. I think. I love this game. It's great. I have a special connection to it. I love it. Actually, I'm gonna put it at 9. Yeah, it's lovely. Okay. Time Splitters 2. Oh man. So this is a first-person shooter series. It's kind of got a tongue-in-cheek, it's just a comedy mostly, but it kind of takes itself seriously for a joke. Like as a bit, it's taking itself seriously, and I think that's kind of fun. I don't know where to put this though for body. It's a great multiplayer experience. I'll say that. I'll put it at I'm going to put this one at a 6. There's another Time Splitters game in this list that I think is a lot better. So I'm going to say higher for that. I think, I think this game is so stupid though, as like academically, I think it's very dumb. The jokes are very dated. The gameplay was very dated. Even at the time it was dated. Like this was a PS2 game, and like it was just kind of an updated version of a like a 007 style game. Like it's not great. Okay. As for my personal feelings, this is a nostalgia one for me. I'm gonna put it at a 7. Even though more than the sum of its parts in this one, I think. But that's just the vibes, I guess. Oh my God, Binary Domain. This is a great game to play. I'm gonna put it at a 7. I don't have too much to say about Binary Domain's gameplay. It's just a really fun one to do. It has maybe one of the most insane plots ever. And honestly, I think it's like an actively toxic themes and morals and stuff. I'm going to put it at a 2. It's really rad. like, I don't want to get into it here, but it's crazy. I highly recommend playing Binary Domain because I love it. This is one of those games that's like it's the room for me, where like it's kind of unbelievable what they wrote into this game. It's like it's totally baffling. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Pokemon Ranger. Oh, this is an addicting game. I think I'm gonna give it a 7 just because like the gameplay is pretty repetitive and like I feel like now if I tried to play it I would hurt myself. But it's such a cool concept. Basically, you are instead of throwing Pokeball to catch Pokemon, you like spin your stylus on the bottom screen of your DS, and the more or the stronger the Pokemon, the more spins around you need to do in a row without getting hit by stuff. Brilliant idea. But I remember the plot being pretty dumb and very nothing. And like the gameplay really is kind of just the same thing over and over again. I heard good things about the sequels having like more interesting plots and stuff like that, but the original was not much. And then similarly, I don't feel anything towards it anymore. I think it's cool. I'll give it that. I'll put it at a 6. I think it's cool, but it's not like it's not my jam, but it's cool. I get 6. Rogue Galaxy. Okay, so I need to play more of this game, but I remember the combat being pretty okay. I'm gonna give it a 5. This is a Star Wars clone, basically. You start off on a sand planet, and your character escapes on a pirate ship, and you go into space to save the universe or whatever. I don't know. It's cool though. I think I would probably like it more if I played more of it. I think I did like the first world or something like that. I think I'm gonna put a 4 just because it's like I don't know. It's pretty derivative. Whereas like the this was made by the same people who made Dark Cloud. And I think that Dark Cloud is a more interesting setting and world. And it has more innovative gameplay elements and stuff like that. So I think 4 makes sense just because it's not too like mind blowing or anything. But I think this game is so cool. I really want to play this game sometime. I don't know. I've never played through it, so I can't put it at a 10, but it's up there for me. I really want to play through it. Okay. Here, I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm just going to grab a throat lozenge. I'm going to see if that helps. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay. So, yeah, I'm running out of tea, so I wanted to get something else for my throat. Okay, where was I? Right, I just finished placing Rogue Galaxy. Okay, Bust a Groove. So this is like a rhythm game. Yeah, so I don't have a whole lot of experience playing this game. I mostly know it for the music, which is great. But I remember it being really cool that it was like a versus, like a competitive rhythm game. I think that that's still a really cool idea. I'm gonna put it at 7. But I never had too much chances to play it with other people, so it's hard to say. I think that I think it gets points for creativity, but I remember it just kind of being like the aesthetic and stuff is kind of generic. It's just kind of like dancing people archetype. But God, the music is so good. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna be playing that music for sure. But I'm gonna put it at a. I'm gonna put a 6 also. It doesn't do too much for me, but I'm always wanting to listen to that soundtrack. It's great. Okay. Street Fighter 1, hot ass to play. It is it's I'll put it at a 2 just because it's compelling to be like one of the earliest fighting games that actually has like motion inputs and is like it did have good character designs even though they looked terrible at the time. Like there was something to Sagat even though his like stage was awful. And then yeah, I don't know. I think it's very funny. I'm gonna give it a 3. Very funny game, but I don't want to play it. I'm not going to tell anybody else to play it. Don't play that game. It's bad. For like academically, it's interesting, like to know where Street Fighter came from, but it's no good. No buenos on that one. All right, Ninja Baseball Batman. So this is a beat 'em up. It's pretty simple. I'm going to give it a 4 for the gameplay. So the reason that anybody ever even knows that about this game is that it sounds like you play as like Batman, like the DC hero. However, that is not the case. You are a baseball Batman, and you are fighting or a baseball Batman ninja. Like if the words were like had different spacing, then like the confusion wouldn't be there. But you're fighting baseballs and you're like and ninjas and stuff like that. It's not it's nothing special. I'm gonna put it pretty low. I think I'll give it a 4. I'm just gonna give it a 4 all around. There's nothing wrong with it. It just is what it is, I guess. Here. I'm gonna put it at 3. Yeah, that feels right. Yeah, it's 4-3-4 makes sense to me. Okay. Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh man, what a good game. It really made Fire Emblem like a household thing. I think it's very easy to play. I think it's the easiest Fire Emblem, and I don't just mean that like its difficulty is easy. I mean that like it does not fight you to play it. And you do the missions and it's a good time. I think that it's got a lot of narrative issues, and I think in the grand scheme of things, it is not one of the better Fire Emblem. And so I'm gonna put it where did I put it? A 6. Yeah, a 6 for Mind. And I'm not the biggest fan of it anymore. I loved it at the time. I'm gonna put it a 5 just because of some nostalgia that I feel for it. But now that I've played other Fire Emblem games, I'm gonna put it a 5. It's all right. It does its job. But it did. It being a very satisfying experience allowed it to become a mainstream experience for a lot of people, and I have to get it credit for that. And to be clear, because I don't know where it is on the list, but I am not a huge fan of Three Houses. I didn't get very far in it, so maybe I just didn't get to the good parts. But oh Christ, I just looked at what's next. I'm gonna pretend it's not there for a second and keep talking about Fire Emblem. I like some of the realism that the older ones had, and that it was less about like becoming friends with your like it was less a dating sim and more like a squad of heroes that you've collected over the course of a game. You want to see them succeed, like those vibes. Dragon Ball GT Final Bout is an awful, awful video game to play. It's awful. It's there's no redeeming qualities to it. It came out before like it came out in the same time that Dragon Ball GT was new in Japan, but that was like so far ahead of where America was when it was like playing. And so like there would be this game of like Goku going Super Saiyan 4 and you're like, what the hell is this? I thought he just turned Super Saiyan 2. What is this? I didn't know he could do that. That's what like it was nuts. Why is he a child again? You know, like it was baffling. Oop, my voice cracked there. I love it for that reason. It's like I really don't want to play it, but like I have some nostalgia for it. I had an actual copy of it myself. I'm gonna give it a 3, actually. Not a good game, don't play it, but in a similar vein, you know, I'm gonna put it 1 above Street Fighter 1. I'm gonna put Street Fighter 1 down 1. Yeah, I think that feels right. Very funny game. Okay. Dokapon Kingdom. Kill your friends and don't feel bad about it. Dokapon Kingdom. That's what you do in it, and it's great. I love it. Incredible, incredible game. I recognize that it's not the best game out there, or even like board game. I'm gonna give it a 6. I think once you see past the veil of what it is, it's kind of limited in what is possible. But like the first couple times you play it, you're like, this is the best game I've ever played. I want to end everyone's life and kill them in Dokapon Kingdom. Incredible, incredible game. And I love it. I always want an opportunity to play Dokapon Kingdom with people. Even though I recognize that like there's some flaws to it. I feel like there's no game where you can like really truly mess with your friends like you can in Dokapon Kingdom. Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Yeah, I mean, this one's great. What's there to say about this one? I think, yeah. It's just a good experience, you know? It's chill, you know? You don't really worry too much about losing. You just kind of play it and enjoy it. I recognize that, like, because of that, like, it's got some, like, really great movement tech that you can do, but that's for, like, the speedrunners and stuff, you know? I think it's hard to put it higher because it is like so easy and simple, and like its aesthetic is fantastic, but I don't think that carries it. I think it's one of the weaker Mario games, outside of it the way it looks. I do appreciate that it's more for kids, but like I think the name kind of throws people off. It should have been a Yoshi's Island or something like that. And I think I'm going to put it a 5. It's okay. It's not one of my favorites. It's a cool game though. Actually I'm going to put it at 6. I really respect its aesthetic a lot. And it has some really excellent music to it. Yeah. Okay. Next. I think I'm gonna go until I have an hour at least. But my throat is starting to die, even though I've got this lozenge in my throat. Okay, Devil May Cry, 10 out of 10, easy. It invented like where Devil May Cry 1 invented character action games, Devil May Cry 3 perfected it and is kind of the basis for all action games now. Everything is following in the wake of Devil May Cry 3. It has a great story. It's peak. It's 10 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10. What's there to say? It's firing on all cylinders. It's a brilliant game. Devil May Cry 3 is perfect. 10 out of 10. I'm trying to think if there's any of these three categories that I would bring it down even a single point. Um, no, it's my favorite Devil May Cry, so it doesn't go down on Soul. Um, I I think uh it's difficult, but not too difficult that I think people wouldn't enjoy it if you just gave it to anybody. You would have to give them some time, but people can beat it. Um, and then yeah, like I guess you know I'll put mine down one. It's it's not the most no, it's got like incredible themes and it's written really well, even though it's rather straightforward. It's got excellent plot twists and character beats, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. 10 out of 10. Okay, first 10 out of 10. Devil May Cry 3, easy. Okay. Ricochet. So this is a multiplayer first-person shooter. I didn't play too much of it, but I remember really liking it. I'm gonna put it at 7, I think. No, I'll put it at 6. It's not like super compelling. I think it's held back by the fact that you can only play it in single player. Um, um, and then like I don't know. I'm gonna put it at 4. There's not a whole lot to it, but it does innovate in interesting ways, so it's cool. Cool in my book. Gets a 4. And then I don't know, man. Here, let me look at it because I feel like uh, how do you spell it? Rico shit. Okay. Okay. Um. Right. Yeah. Oh, not that one. Although I do remember that now that I'm looking at that, but not the one I was thinking of. It's this one that I was thinking of. It's like a weird first-person disc game. Um. Actually, here, let me go to the Steam page. Yeah, I mean, it's made by Valve, so like it's hard to say like oops. What I wonder what other people say about it. I'm just gonna look real quick. Um, yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna give it a 5 on everything. Honestly, or what did I put it? 6 in gameplay. Where did I put? Oh, 4. Yeah, okay. Considering I didn't remember it at all, I'm gonna put it at 2. um, I couldn't remember what it looked like, so yeah, it gets a 2. Okay. Opus Magnum. Oh man. Okay. This one is incredibly satisfying. It's just a puzzle game, so I can't really put it too high. I'm gonna put it at 6. Um, but it's an incredibly smart puzzle game. Um, I think it has a really cool aesthetic. Um, it it rarely has that moment of like realizing you misunderstood the game that like the really truly best puzzle games have. But it does have at the moment or the moment at the end where like you get to see how everything came together in like this brilliant way. There's a reason that you can like just go to Opus Magnum and find really incredible gifs of the game. And I think similarly, I'm going to give it a 9 or you know what, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm not like the hugest puzzle game guy, but what I love about it is like I'm a huge fan of the aesthetic. I'm a huge fan of when I do play it, I do really like what I'm doing. But it's I don't know, it's a puzzle game, so it's not really 100% what I'm looking for all the time. Okay, Superliminal. It's okay to play. It's like you kind of just walk around and solve puzzles. But it's like an incredibly smart game. I'm gonna give it an 8. It doesn't have like the puzzles aren't super challenging. It has some like early smart game design and it's very short. And the last level was kind of, but incredible game. And I'm gonna put this at a 10. I love the music so much. It's incredible soundtrack, and it also has the Too Mellow remix soundtrack that is just one of my favorites as well. It had that weird experimental like battle royale mode that was I really liked, even though it kind of sucked. I Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. And I think it's a game that I want to share with everybody. Everybody should experience Superliminal at some point. Okay. All right. I think this will be the last one I do for the night. I don't want my throat to die too much. Okay. So Battlefront 2. This is an excellent, excellent third-person shooter. But yeah, it has some really interesting game mechanics that allow you to like really get into the shoes of being in Star Wars, and you can be a shooter, you can be a lightsaber. It's great, and I'm talking about the old one, not the newer one. I I don't remember if I put both of them on the list, but I've played both of them, and I don't want to talk about the newer one. I want to talk about the old one. And yeah, it's great. It's great to play. Great split screen gameplay. Great like multiplayer. I wish I have played it with a group of other people online. Like if I could get into a lobby. I recognize that it's not the deepest thing, and it's pretty imbalanced with the heroes and stuff like that. Like once somebody becomes a hero, they just kind of roll house. But I think it's very cool. I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars anymore. I think I'm gonna put it at 5 for that. But I do have a lot of nostalgia for it. I recognize that it's very fun to play, but I don't know. Not the most mind-blowing thing in the world. Okay, voice is really dying now. I really gotta go. Thank you for watching. I will hope you're enjoying the series so far. And I'll see you in the next batch of stuff. Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna count up how many games I just reviewed in a little bit.